The dark legacy of the first encounters. 1. The fall of Christopher Columbus. Once celebrated as a heroic discoverer, Christopher Columbus is now a deeply controversial figure. In modern times, his statues have been toppled, and Columbus Day is often met with protests. This shift in perspective is largely due to historians like Howard Zinn, who used the accounts of Bartolomé de las Casas, a priest and the first indigenous rights activist, to expose the horrific atrocities committed under Columbus's rule. 2. The reality of the discovery. In 1492, Columbus landed in the Bahamas and Hispaniola, mistakenly believing he had reached Asia. This confusion led to the terms Indians and the West Indies. It wasn't until Amerigo Vespucci explored the coast of South America that Europeans realized these were new continents, eventually naming the land America after him. 3. A brutal venture business. Spain's sponsorship of Columbus was essentially a venture business intended to find a direct trade route to the east. When gold proved scarce, the Spanish turned to extreme violence and exploitation. To force the Arawak tribe to find gold, Spaniards would sever the hands of natives who failed to meet quotas, enslave survivors for brutal labor, commit acts of random cruelty, such as kidnapping women or testing blades on live people. The result: the Arawak population on Hispaniola plummeted from 3 million in 1494 to just 60,000 by 1508. 4. North American expeditions. While the Vikings reached North America 500 years earlier, permanent European influence began with explorers like Juan Ponce de Leon, Florida, and Hernando de Soto. De Soto's expedition, 1539 to 1542, was particularly violent. The Battle of Mobila, a 9-hour conflict in Alabama resulting in 2,000 to 6,000 native deaths, one of the deadliest battles in North American history. The Silent Killer. Beyond swords, the explorers introduced smallpox and measles, wiping out entire populations that had no immunity. 5. The start of century-long wars. In 1540, Francisco Vázquez de Coronado led a massive force into the American Southwest, Arizona, New Mexico, Kansas, searching for gold. Finding none, his violent clashes with the Pueblo Indians over food supplies marked the beginning of centuries of organized extermination and wars against the indigenous peoples. Key takeaway. The text argues that the Age of Discovery was not just a period of exploration, but a catastrophic era of systematic violence, slavery, and biological devastation that forever changed the demographics and history of the Americas.